now that something about this walk just ain't right.
That's right.
But lo and behold, the king came back.
Right.
Yeah, he hung on the cross, but later on the king came back.
Yeah.
He was in a tomb, but later on the king came back. Can I get a witness of somebody that knows that the king came back? And the king came back to Peter. And after Peter realized that he didn't know everything, Peter began to lean not to his own understanding. And he began to realize that his faith had to be in Jesus, the one that died and rose. And later on, for Pete's sake, after the king had come back, the story began to change for Peter's life. Peter began to come in the book of Acts, the second chapter, and all of a sudden you see a different Peter. Peter wasn't just talking the talk, but Peter is now walking the walk. Peter, the same one that had doubted on the water, the same one that didn't want to cast his net on the other side, the same one that Jesus had to call Satan, the same one that denied him 3 times, was now preaching one of the most prolific gospel messages ever preached. And all of a sudden the Holy Ghost came for Pete's sake. This time Peter wasn't concerned about everybody else. He wasn't just concerned about the 11, but now Pete said, not only am I going to get everybody else right, but now I got to get myself together. It's a lot of us praying for other folks, a lot of us teaching other folks, a lot of us preaching to other folks. But for Pete's sake, we got to get ourselves right, because we got to see Jesus for ourselves. For Pete's sake, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what road you've been walking on. But forget the police, because it's time to make a U-turn. For Pete's sake, you got to get yourself together. And then a lot of us think that time is infinite. A lot of us think tomorrow is promised. But somebody told me of a 19-year-old kid that just lost his life. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. But for your own sake, you better get yourself together. Amen. The story doesn't stop there. I heard of a kid named James. The kid started preaching at 17 years old. Thought he knew everything. You couldn't tell him nothing. Now I'm preaching now. Now I got this thing figured out. Now I know everything. But lo and behold, James started messing up. James got divorced. James committed adultery. James got a child out of wedlock. James messed up a whole bunch of churches. But after a while, for James' sake, James had to forget about the folks he was preaching to. James had to forget about the folks he was teaching. And James had to get his own self together. And it's time for a man to examine himself. Stop looking at everybody else so much and start checking out the man in the mirror. Amen. For Pete's sake, get yourself right. For Pete's sake. It's a lot of us that started off bad. It's a lot of folks that will bring up everything that you used to do. But let them know today is a new day. And this is the day that the Lord has made. And on this day he changed me, resurrected me. All things are passed away. And lo and behold, all things have become new. I'm a new creature in Jesus Christ. I'm new and I'm born again. I might have been down, I might have been out, but God has lifted me up. It's time for the church to realize that it's not about you. It's not about what you've done. It's not about how you pray. It's not about how you sing. It's not about how you preach. But it's time for you to get yourself together. Stop worrying about what you used to be and begin to look at what God can make you to be. God has already saved you.